Hey folks, it's Pat here. Welcome back to the Midland. Tonight we're going to run train number 2 on our All My Trains series, and that's going to be our lumber local using number 2 right here. So let's get to it. So I debated using number 2 or number 1, but actually number 2 has the headlight, which we're going to need today. So number 2 it is. Number 1, good old Betsy, has been leased by Midland Management down to the smelter, and we'll see her as soon as we run the mine train, which will be the one after this one. But this train is responsible for building the mine train, and we're going to do that with some cars here that are down on main 1. But we got a little bit of work to do beforehand. You take a look at our schedule there at the bottom of the screen. We're going to depart the yard, head on down to the depot, and that's because we got a bunch of steel cars that we got to sell the raw iron on them before we can use those stakes, take them back up to the mill, get them loaded up, and bring them back down here in the yard. I'll show you your orders here in just a minute, but that'll be the plan for today. So let's get hooked up to the train here, and then I'll explain to you what we're doing. Here we go. Oopsie, glad I checked that. Alright, so this train's job is pretty simple. It's basically to turn this train here into that one over there. That's the mine train that will be departing here shortly. But this train, we have to do a little bit of work. Of course, we have to get rid of the steel first, and so here's our orders. Train number 2 instructions. We're going to depart east out of Anna, which is down this way towards the depot. We're going to unload all, and then we're going to shove the entire train back out. Alright, so number 2 will be on the head end here, but it'll be on the rear of the train coming out, and we'll shove all the way up to the mill. Then we'll load all of these up and then pick up the bulks and the hoppers that train number 1 left there last night. I want to shoot for 30 minutes on this one, so we better get going here. Off we go. switch there that is not lined for our movement, so we gotta lead off some speed here. Go grab that switch. That should be good enough. Perfect. Alright, there we go. Here we are. Let me unload these here real quick. Maybe. There we go. Not too bad. This has gotten a little bit more difficult lately, but if you tickle these stakes kind of in the middle, usually it'll let go to the freight. And that's good, because we need these cars and load them up with beams today for the next mine train. So now we're gonna shove the train all the way back, all the way up through to the mill. We're not gonna go quite as fast. And I'm gonna get down there and ride the point. Protect the point, so to speak. Just in case some of my switches aren't lined, but I think most of them are lined. Let's set this about... Let's do this at about 20. Maybe 25. I don't know. That should be good. So we'll get up here and ride the point. This is where a caboose would come in handy, but we don't have one of those yet. And so, but you'll get a good view of the yard going all the way through. Alright, looks like we're good all the way to the mill. Okay, we can see in, so we'll hop off here and catch the engine. So, always get off moving equipment with your trailing foot. But you know you're not supposed to do that. Alright, that'll do. Now, I have to get a full train of beams here, so I've got 3 sets of these cars. And so that's 10 cars each set, 30 cars total. And what I've been doing is I've been taking one train up that's half and half, the next train up that's half and half beams and half lumber. And then the third train is nothing but beams, and so that balances out to an even 60 for every load. And you can kind of see that the lumber is a little bit lower in the yard here than beams. And so this entire train here is going to be nothing but beams. So I got a little bit of crane work here to do. We'll go ahead and speed that up. If you bear with me, we should be out of here pretty soon. Alright, perfect. So that was a lot less loading. Running the 30 car trains is a lot of fun. Man, they take a long time to load, and this one is much, much better. So here we go. One last switch move to do, and that's to pick up these 2 hoppers and these 4 bulkhead flats that train number 1 left earlier. Once we get those, we'll have the entire mine train built. So, and if we can get out of here in the next couple minutes, that would be great. Because I'm running for 30 minutes here. So far, so good. Let's have one last move to do. So let's get to it here real quick. Alright, not too bad. Let's go ahead and grab these 2 hoppers and these 4 bulkheads here. I think I unpinned this earlier. Let's go take a look. Yep, sure did. So, crew of number 1 decided to help us out here a little bit. Let's make sure everything's still all stitched together. No handbrakes on. And we'll get the heck out of here. Alright, we're good. Off we go. Yep, looks like the railroad gods are smiling on us so far. Let's go get these pinned up, and then we'll get out of here. Ooh, smashy, smashy. Oh, there's no... Ah, darn it, there's no... Didn't put a knuckle in there. See if I can get these cars to separate here real quick. Come on. Stop that. Alright, well, so much for the railroad gods smiling on us. We'll take what we can get. Alright, here we go. There we go. Alright, we're already past the east switch here. So as soon as we roll, we'll depart out of the mill here and call this good. As some dummy forgets to take the brake off. if I was running this entire schedule simultaneously, this train here would be gone by the time this one arrives. So theoretically, we could use either yard track. Alrighty, folks, that would be our lumber local. So she's ready to go. Let's get a little picture here for the for posterity's sake, and let's go ahead and cut off number 2 here, tie down these cars, and get her back over to the barn. I did finally get on the Discord server. I seen one of the devs working on a 2-stall engine shed. That thing will be great. So I can't wait to see that. Be a good place to park number 2 after a long day here. Actually, it hasn't been a long day, so we're easily going to arrive this train within 30 minutes. And hopefully not derail it here on a switch that's not lined for our movement. That would be this one back here. But within 30 minutes, if we can run this train, well, we'll look at the sheet here in just a sec. But this is probably the quickest run that we'll have on the railroad. And it'll do a lot of loading, but it'll break that up with quite a few other things. And so, you know, I just didn't want to have a train where all it does is load. Because I think of all the things in this game, that's the one that I don't like the most. I mean, it's fine, it's sometimes a little relaxing, but with really long trains, it does get quite frustrating. And I personally, I like running locals. So, where I worked on the railroad, we had 2 locals. And, well, it was the same crew, but it would go east one day and then west the next day. And then it didn't have to run for a couple days while we got some more cars for it, where the customers actually had time to do their loading and things like that. But it was an absolute choice job. It was the only job in the entire service unit, other than our switch crews, where when you tied up and went home, you actually went home. And so you could sleep in your own bed every night on that job. And thus it was highly, highly sought after if you could get your hands on it. In fact, the engineer who used to run it, he had a one-man board. He probably had one of the most choice gigs in the entire railroad. So he'd go out maybe like 3 or 4 times a half and get paid for the entire thing. It was a choice gig. Yeah, I bet you he's still doing that. But local trains are a lot of fun. So let's go ahead and barn number 2 here, and then we'll talk about the job. We got number 2 on the service track here, so let's take a look at our job list and our time. So let's get all these punched in here. So yep, engine number 2, train number 2, Anna. We did depart east 3 minutes, so let's do that within 4 minutes. Give ourselves just a little bit of time there, because remember, this engine here, number 4, is actually pulling the cars off this end of the train, while this engine will come around to the front end and pull the entire train out. So that would be fairly simultaneous, and they won't foul each other's movements. So 4 minutes sounds good. Depart the depot, 8 minutes and 12 seconds. We actually had a really good run there. Sometimes it's a little difficult to get those iron cars to unload. So let's give ourselves another minute there. And then the shove back through Anna, let's see, we made it back in 9:52. That's great. Let's just call that an even 10. Because that's really not that far. That's only a minute, though. Maybe we should give ourselves another minute, just in case. Why not? And then left the mill at 24. Oops. Didn't mean to start my time over there. It's just number keys. So left the mill at 24. Yeah, let's try and keep that at 24. So some of the cranes there did give me a little bit of guff, and so as long as I don't do too many mistakes, we should be able to get out of there in 24. And terminate Anna 27. Let's call it 28. So 28, 2 minutes below 30 minutes. That's fine by me. And so leaving here at Anna and then running up to doing an entire load with 10 flatbeds or 10 stakes, coming back here, it's 17 minutes. And so we could easily run this train twice within an hour, because we'll only have to do this segment here, unloading the steel once. And then if we have to do this one twice, once for the iron mine train, and once for the coal mine train, we can get all of that run within an hour, which is my guess how long it's going to take for the iron mine train to run. And so that one looks good. We'll go ahead and punch that into the timetable, and we'll go ahead and tie up the video here. This was a quick little run. It was a lot of fun. It's pretty straightforward. Hope you got to enjoy some of the switching aspects, and this is probably the most switch-heavy job that we actually have on the railroad. But the next one will be the mine train, iron mine, which is number 4 up there. Or no, that's number 5. So my brand new Class 70, and we're going to go ahead and we'll fire that one up here pretty soon. Hope to see you there. It was good having you all back here again. Take care now, and we'll see you next time.